There's different stages of a triangle, so you have multiple opportunities to escape, or you might get put further down the stages, but you can have different escapes for different stages. So I try and look at all submissions like that. Like, do you have an early stage escape? Do you have a mid-stage escape? Do you have a late stage escape? That's how I try and look at it. So that's how we're going to play it today, and we're going to go through the trap triangle first, when they've just tied the knot up above your back, and then we're going to get deeper, arm across, etc. Does that make sense? The first one I learned from one of the guys in here, and it requires a lot of discipline. All right, you have to hold a certain position that is uncomfortable for this person doing the triangle, and stay on that until they decide to open it up. So it's more about holding a posture. All right, so if Greg hits a trap triangle, which is this is just where the knot is on top. Typically, they're going to try and break your posture and start locking it in some fashion. So if we go back one step, he's shot trap triangle, and we're here. If he's holding my head down, this is a good way you can try and get out here. So he's holding my head down so we can cut angles and get my arm across. Now this arm, we always want to try and separate it from our neck, right? We know he's going to try and get this on that artery and his leg on the other artery. So if we go back a step, so we can simply push it across and come here, biting down toward our own groin. Most of us know this style of position, so you're going to hold here. Now, if I stay here, I can still get done in TP style chokes. I don't know if Greg knows it. Kind of. Yeah, so you can still get done in these kind of gimmicky TP chokes. So you can't stay in this neutral spot. Are you ready, Greg?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to stack into Greg and hold this stack. And we might just turn on this angle so you can see. You ready?
Yeah.
Now try and put the triangle on. Try and cut angles. See how he's quite compromised there? He can't do much. Just come back a bit, Greg. Yeah, So that's the starting point. And we also know in a triangle, if you have two arms out, you've escaped, or if you have two arms in, you've escaped. Because I'm pushing in, I'm going to drive my other arm in at the same time. And it's just going to be a flat hand coming through this space while I hold a stack. So as soon as I get put in trap triangle, if he's breaking my posture, hide this arm, I lift him like I'm holding a baby. So I lift his hip and I drive my head straight to that shoulder here. So if he moves around, I follow him and I just stay head over head. Now this hand will start wedging in, and I'm going to start expanding space by just doing kind of like little up-down movements to kind of start breaking the legs open. Does that make sense? I've used this one quite a lot, but it has to happen early in the piece because you need that arm out here. Yep. Do you want to see again? Or do you want to try?
Okay.
One more? All right. He's hit trap triangle straight away. Even if he has broke my posture, get this arm across so you can push it with your own hand like a gable grip. Here. Now straight away you can put hand to mat or you can lift the hip. I'm just trying to get my head toward this shoulder. And notice my hips are almost like tilted out a little bit this way to put pressure on this lock or on this leg. So I'm sitting here. You can pull his legs down. That can work. You can lift his hips, but you're just trying to hold him stacked in some fashion. If he moves, you follow him and just stay head over head. As soon as I can, my hand slips in and I start opening space and we push back into guard. I've shot trap triangle, especially if they hide their arm there. You put your elbows, yeah, so you were down here.
Down there.
You put your elbows here so you can push your own legs in. And then you just grab a C grip. So it's here and you pinch. So as I come through and I just squeeze, right? So that's your basic TP choke. It especially works well here. Kind of like drives it all in.
Yeah, that's it.
Crushes his face, right? So that's the downside. If you stay in that tall posture, you'll probably get hit in that if they know it, right? So, all right, we move this way a little bit. Now this one, in my opinion, is kind of like if you're going to have one triangle escape, this is it, because it can work from the early stage, the mid stage, and essentially if your posture's broken as well. All right, so in short, If we've got here, he's locking it up. I'm getting in trouble, my arm's coming across the center line. Do not let it come under his arm here. Now it's banked up on my neck, and I'm getting in a lot of trouble, right? So if he's trying to drag my arm, latch onto his shoulder. And you're gonna see here in a minute, this enables me to pull pressure off my neck, as you can see here. It also keeps him in place so he can't cut that way to apply the triangle. He needs to cut that way, see? So when I grab here, it's gonna be like a block. This arm here, we'll just turn this way, Greg. I personally try and reach all the way to the other side of the body. Here, so essentially like I'm gonna stack him with this grip here. So I grab, now I stand up. Now he can't, just turn this way. He can't cut the angle. He needs to cut that way. His hips are twisted. It's very hard for him to cut the angle to get it. Now it's just a matter of pulling. So I'm pulling out this way and connecting elbow and knee. Now I hit a posture break and you're just gonna limp arm out. Just know they can try and attack this leg. So you wanna be straight to the shins and getting into some kind of passing sequence. So this can be used whether he's breaking my posture at the head, whether I've got tall posture and good posture, doesn't matter. You can use this anytime. It can be your go-to, right? So in here, immediately, if this is getting dragged across, grab onto this shoulder, we stand and we stack. So like I'm holding a baby here under the hip and I stack in. Now I'm gonna open up, see how that pulls my shoulder off my neck, drive elbow to knee, and I start limp arming. So this is omoplata territory. I'm just trying to limp arm out. Straight away, try and control shins, and we're ready to pass in some fashion.
Is there anything different when he's controlling your head?
Yeah, look, if he's controlling the head, it's gonna be a lot harder for me to stand up. You can try, to use your hands. You have a free hand to get this off, like swipe it off. But if you can't, you can simply try and keep your posture broken, but step over their head. This hand's on the mat now. I step, and then I start opening out the back. So if I can't get posture here, and I can't swipe off, grab, step over his head as fast as you can. Puts his body on kind of like a twist, makes him want to let go. So if we look at that again. So he's broke me down, he's got good postural control. Shoot this straight to the shoulder, keep him in place, hand to the mat, one big swoop. So it's like one, bite back and open out the side here. Now this is the late stage triangle escape. And I use this one too. I've used this one quite a fair bit, so it does have a lot of play. So he's come through here, just turn this way, Greg, yep. He's got my arm across. He might even be holding my head and breaking posture, right? This is really bad for me. Now, same kind of thing we talked about before. I'm trying to get this open. I don't want my own arm putting pressure on my artery here. So straight away, I'll grab like a shotgun grip here, and I'll bite my elbow into his hip. So notice I'm pushing his hip that way and biting as such. This hand for me will come over to the top of the knee, so I have a pull down motion. So I'm pulling down. Now, as I go for this, I'm gonna pull his thigh toward the mat and I'm gonna put pressure on the top lock. I'll go slow motion. Here, see how I'm lifting into the top lock here? I wanna pin this on the mat so it's stuck in place, and then my upper body is gonna push out toward the top leg, opening up. So if I do it with a bit of gusto, you ready, Greg?
Yep, going for it.
Here. Does that make sense? If you look at my leg configuration, if we turn this way, he's got my arm across, things are going bad, just trying to pull back straight away, grab, I kick this leg back and make that side of my body really long. So as I pull, I'm on my toes, pushing out here. So if we really turn around, this is the motion here. I'm extending that side of my body. Does that make sense? So one last time here with Greg, because it's so much fun for Greg, right? It's a pretty bad spot. Move back a little bit. Yep, right there. He's got my arm crossed. It's all going bad. I just cut and I pull my elbow in, grab. I'm going to drive this 100% to the mat, and I start pushing out this side. You can do whatever here. You can just turn away and try and limp arm again. It's a common one you'll see a lot, and a lot of people use this. I use this sometimes as well. The only flaw I see in it is if you're not too flexible through your hips and they're breaking your posture, it can be hard to throw your legs over. Okay, so if I get caught in this triangle again, same thing, try and protect this arm, whether you're just banking it on the inside of the thigh or whether you go like a gable grip and try and pull it over this way. Now, just pull this way. If I can build up so I can put my hands to his body and start standing, you can start throwing one leg and then the other. So you lift, throw your leg over. Other leg comes, you can help yourself, you can grab, pull it over, and we create a cross. Now from here, it's a matter of pushing his chest down, sitting back, and trying to pry this open in some fashion. So we're getting to this position here. The good thing is you actually do have attacks on the legs that you can move out to, so you can go into different attacks here. However, sometimes you can also get entangled and get into a little shootout there as well. So, things are not going well. He's putting the triangle on. Pull this across. Personally, I just go like flat hand to stand up a little bit. I throw one leg over. You can grab if you like. Other leg comes over. This pushes down as I expand. Kind of like Superman, like you're opening up, like you're flexing here. And you're trying to open. This is the only problem. We're in this leg configuration style position. All right, but we've escaped the lock. I'm pretty sure most people have done that. Where the flaw is for me, if he's holding my, if he's breaking my posture, it can be hard to get my leg over. And you end up trying, and then you get subbed here, looking dumb as, right? So that's the problem with it, is you have to have the ability, if you're not too flexible, to build posture.